Canto 16. The noise of the great cataract, the three Florentine noblemen, denunciation of Florence, the cataract, the pilgrim's belt, the summoning of Geryon. Already I was in a place where one heard the thundering of the water falling into the next circle, like the rumbling that beehives make, when three shades came running together out of a herd passing by beneath the rain of the harsh punishment. They were coming toward us, and each was shouting, "Stop, you who by your clothes seem to be someone from our depraved city." Alas, what wounds I saw in their members, recent and old, burned into them by the flames. It still pains me when I remember. At their shouts my teacher paused. He turned his face toward me and, "Now wait," he said. "To these we should be courteous. And if it were not for the fire that the nature of the place pours down, I would say that haste would more become you than them." When we stood still, they began again their former verse, and on reaching us they made a wheel of themselves, all three. As is the custom of wrestlers, naked and oiled, spying out their holds and their advantage before they come to blows and wounds, so they wheeled, and each kept his face toward me, so that their necks made a constant motion contrary to their feet. And, if the wretchedness of this vile place brings us and our prayers to scorn, one began, and our darkened, scorched appearance, let our fame incline your spirit to tell us who you are, who so confidently step with your living feet through hell. This man in whose steps you see me tread, though he now goes naked and hairless, was of higher degree than you believe. He was the grandson of the good Gualdrada. Guido Guerra was his name, and in his life he accomplished much with wisdom and the sword. The other, who wears the sand behind me, is Tagayo Aldobrandi, whose words should have been more pleasing in the world above. And I, placed on the cross with him, was Jacopo Rustacucci, and certainly my fierce wife harms me more than anything else. If I had been protected from the fire, I would have thrown myself down there among them, and I believe my teacher would have suffered it. But because I would have burned and cooked myself, fear vanquished the good will that made me greedy to embrace them. Then I began. Not scorn, but grief was fixed in me by your condition, so great that it will long endure. As soon as my lord here said words that made me think people such as yourselves were coming. I am from your city, and always your works and your honored names I have repeated and heard with affection. I am leaving the bitter and seek the sweet fruit promised me by my truthful leader, but first I must plunge as far as the center. So may your soul long guide your body, he replied then, and so may your fame shine after you. Tell if courtesy and valor dwell in our city as they used to do, or if they have utterly forsaken it. For Guglielmo Borsiere, who has been grieving with us but a short time and goes there with our companions, causes us much pain with his words about it. The new people and the rapid gains have generated pride and excess, Florence, in you, so that you already weep for it. So I cried with face uplifted, and the three, who took that as my reply, looked at each other as one looks at the truth. If at other times it costs you so little, they all replied, to satisfy others, happy are you, if you speak so readily. Therefore, if you escape these dark places and go back to see the beautiful stars, when it will be pleasant to say, I was, see that you speak of us to people. Then they broke the wheel, and their quick legs seemed wings to their flight. An amen could not be said more quickly than they disappeared. So my master judged we should move on. I was following him, and we had not walked far when the sound of the water was so close to us that we could hardly have heard each other speak. Like that river which is first to take its own course toward the east, after Monteviso, on the left side of the Apennines, which is called Acquachetta above, before it falls down into the low bed and loses that name at Forlì, as it thunders there above San Benedetto dell'Elpe, when falling in one cascade where it usually descends by 1,000. So down from a steep cliff we found that dark water resounding, such that in a short while it would have harmed our ears. I had a cord girding me, and with it I had thought at times to capture the leopard with the spotted hide. After I had untied it from around me, as my leader had commanded me. I held it out to him, nodded, and wound. And he turned toward his right side, and somewhat far from the bank threw it down into that deep pit. Some new thing must answer, I was saying to myself, the strange sign that my master is following with his eyes. Ah, how cautious men should be in the presence of those who not only see our actions, but with their wisdom see our inner thoughts. He said to me, "Soon what I expect, what your thoughts are dreaming, will come up. Soon it will be revealed to your sight. Always to the truth, which has the face of falsehood, one should close one's lips as long as one can, for without any guilt it brings shame. But here I cannot conceal it, and by the notes of this comedy, reader, I swear to you, so may they not fail to find long favor, that I saw, through that thick, dark air, a figure come swimming upward, fearful to the most confident heart, as one returns who at times goes down to release an anchor caught on a rock or other thing hidden in the sea, and reaches upward as he draws in his feet."